Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm so glad that you're here to see what I am going to do today. And today I am participating in the hashtag 2022, God, nearly forgot then, 2022 collage challenge organised by Julie of Art and Junk Journals with Julie and Leigh of Leigh's Art Studios, whose links I'll put down below. This is an open collaboration, and the idea is that we have a list of prompts, which I have here. Very scratchy, but I just wrote it down very quickly, and we've already done a couple of them, and we're up to what I've underlined in pink, which I'll show you a bit more detail a bit later on. So there's my cover that I made from a masterboard. The first challenge was in February, where it was shabby chic and green and story time and a person and dots and dashes. I really like how the softness of that is. And the second one was in March, where it was medieval, winter, orange and pink, peach, tissue paper and butterfly, stenciling. What do I do with stenciling? Did I not do stenciling? Stenciling or mark making, I think it was, yes. So I did them, and I forgot to do the mark making, so I did the mark making after all. The stenciling was the little dots of snow I did. And I actually, and I forgot to do the mark making, so they did this border, like a stitching border here. And swap was a blings, but I like to put everything in, even the swap in, and maths or keyboards even. So while I'm here, I should have written mark making. That's right, because I decided that the mark making could be this maths of the symbol, the key. There's like this keyboard symbol, so there's some crosses that are on a keyboard. Okay, so that was March, and some people found that a bit of a challenge to do medieval with winter, and the colours pink and orange. But I think that it was helpful that I had this tapestry here, so it worked together, all the colours work together with the blue in the winter. So this month is for April, which should come out on the first Wednesday of April. So I'm actually doing this in advance. So the prompts are boho. I had to look this up on the internet because I thought the sort of boho was a bit like hippie, but it turns out that boho was also rooted in the earth tones with the bright jeweled accents. So, but I think I've gone more with the jeweled accents more than anything else. And the other prompt was time or date, so you could use fast, slow, clock, watch, calendar or years. The colour would be red or pink, and to use music or pianola paper. An image to put on your page would be a bird, an angel or cherub. And the mark making was outlines or shadows, or both, either. Shapes was a triangle, and swap item was a playing card, game piece, or bingo card. So I'm just going to put that to one side, and hopefully this time I won't forget anything. So I've got a number of items here I wasn't sure was going to go together. And how it was going to work together rather than anything else, not how it. So I've got some of these playing cards with the really jeweled accents I got from Julie as a giveaway, so that'll work in really well. Thank you, Julie, for those. So I know that's the bonus, but I will try and put them in. I've got an angel, so I don't know whether she'll fit in. I've got a chair in the earth and back to nature kind of thing that boho was. Explanation of boho was throwing up on the internet. I've got the letter A from Daphne's Diaries for my triangles. But if you look at if I use my angel, that's got a triangle as well. So we'll just see what works. Oh, I've also got this little pack of playing cards here. Whether I'll use them or not, I don't know. They've got red on them as well, so I'll have to put them there just in case. My time, I stamped some clocks out with some pickled raspberry ink. So I'm going to use those. I've got some music paper. couple of scraps left over from another previous project. I'm not going to put that there so it's not distracting like that. Then I decided that these women were looking boho-like with their dresses, and because I looked at the style of clothes that boho people would wear, and that's the kind of thing that people would wear. I don't think I cut her out very well. She's showing a bit of a, looks a bit odd. Okay, that's better. Yeah. And then I got this peacock, which I thought was particularly for boho, and all the lovely bright colours, and I didn't really want to fussy cut that out because I thought that everything sort of worked together, and I know the blue is not really a boho colour, but I don't know if I want to cut it out because it just sort of looks really, looks really lovely. Then I pulled this off as well from a Daphne's Diary. These are both from Daphne's Diaries, and so is the angel, so is the chair, and so are the women here. So I just pulled this out because I just happened to like the colour more than anything else, because I thought it would look really well as a backdrop. So I'm going to put that down first, and I'm going to put the bird peacock here on top. The trouble is, I put it in the middle, which I'd like to have. It's going to show this right, as I might have to use one of these. Oh, I've got the music paper here. Let's just see if we can do the music paper here first. Let's do some tearing. See, some woman uses a hacksaw blade to do her tearing, so it's not, so it has a bit of a jagged edge. I'll be worried about hacksaw. I cut myself with a hacksaw blade, but it really works quite effectively, because I know you can buy the special rulers, but I'm just going to use an ordinary ruler. I think that sort of goes really there. See, if I cut that out, I could fit some other things on. We'll see whether I want to do that or not. Still thinking about it. Do I want the chair? It's a bit big, isn't it, really? Unless I do half a chair. I want the women, I definitely want the women. We'll think about the chair, put that there to one side. The women, definitely want the women wearing their boho dresses. Because I thought boho was sort of like what's what I'm looking for? Like a result of the hippie kind of look as well. But I think it's a bit more than that. The only trouble is with using that is it's got this Cadbury dairy milk thing all over it, which I'm not a big fan of, so I don't really think I want to use that one. Do I want to use this one? Because it really matches quite nicely with all the other colours I've got going on here. I know it's a extra, unless I use this one here with the pink bird on it, which also looks really lovely, and maybe I could put them behind the women here. Maybe I do need to cut that off. I just don't really want to unless I just make it less. Maybe I can put the playing card there behind the women like that. Definitely need to have the clocks because that's definitely one of the prompts. We have to have them in. Around the right way, okay? So look, that's the right way. Do I want the? I think that having the angel might be a bit much because it sort of bumps into the peacock a bit, and I don't really want to break her up either. And I think I'd rather have the bird because of the jeweled colours, and I know the colour for it was boho is the style, so I've got the women red or pink. That's definitely red or pink. But even if I cut this bit off here, she's just a bit. I could cut the heart off, I suppose. Let's try that. Let's cut these bits off here. I was going to cut this out before, and I thought, oh no, I'm just going to leave it on. Leave it on there. So cut that out. Might use the heart still, so cut that out. Do I want to have the... Maybe I need to have the women sitting on the card, like as part of their blanket they're sitting on. Do that. A bit like I did the other for collage, where I used one of the business cards as a towel. I think we'll do that. Yeah, I think, yeah, that works. I think she works there. Still put her heart part there. Or maybe put the heart here. Or keep the heart for another rainy day, as they say. If I put it up there, you can't really see it. Do I want the heart? Yes or no? Perhaps it would help if I cut this woman, this angel, out. Now, is that her hair there or something else? I think that's something else. I think it's part of the background. So I'm just going to carefully cut her out a little bit differently, because I think she's got a skinny neck. I don't want her to cut her neck. Alright, and here looks a bit odd as well because of the hair, so I just want to be very careful here. That's one good thing about these little sharp tiny scissors that I have of Tim Holtz. They can actually get into these little crevices, spots quite well. Sorry for sighing. Just find this really, you realise you don't how tense you are until you come and do something like this, and you realise, oh, this is so relaxing and comforting, and takes your mind off worries you may have. And I do like the heart, but I just don't know if I want it still, because she had it in her hand, but I have it in her hand now. It looks, could be sort of like a connecting thing between her and the bird. No, leave it out for today. And the clock, some clocks. Okay, don't need them all. Need some, and she is a triangle shapes, yes, but I'm still going to put an A in there just because, just to give it a bit more redness. So I've got two here. Oh, another one. I want to sort of make my picture a bit cohesive, so just sort of like a bit of material here that I've cut out from before. Don't want it here behind the women. Just because. To give it balance. Alright, let's have a look. Boho. I think that's boho because we've got no earthy tones, Kay. I think the chair's just too big. So I think I was going to thought about maybe but the women themselves are wearing sort of like, there's some earthy tones here, and their hats are earthy tones, and their shoes definitely are. So does that pass muster, do you reckon? Let's cut this chair and see. Put that in there or not. I just think a person is going to throw my whole picture out. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just not happy. We could cut the cushion out. Let's do that, and the two cushions out, and use them for something for the women, because they're sort of like earthy tones. Maybe this could be made into a sort of like a basket. So I think they're weaving some flowers, so maybe this could be a basket for them to put their finished things in. And we can have the cushions. Just cut the cushions off. There's something else for them to rest on. Yes, I love that. And we have to another one from this woman here. Can't have it behind the woman because I would have a cushion in mid-air, okay? She's not sitting down on a rug, remember? Oh, I think we're just going to put the basket here by this woman here. And do you want the cushion behind her there? I'll not worry about it. Because we've got one here. Maybe this one should be in there instead because it's a bit more of a colour. Yes, let's do that. Could put it on top of the rug. Okay. Alright, let's work on that. And here, and these clocks. There. Alright, let's see if I can remember where it all goes when I stick it all down. My glasses keep falling down, sorry, that's why I keep going, putting my hands up, beg your pardon. Oh, Daphne's diaries have worked out really well for some of these challenges. When Julie read out the prompts, I'm thinking, boho. What's boho? What exactly is boho? And then I looked, and then I was sorry I was looked, because there's all these interpretations of boho. There's boho Mexican and boho this and boho that, and I'm thinking, oh, okay. So I'm just going to go with this kind of boho. Hippie derivation. And I think that's what I'm going to stick to. Like that. Put the music in here. Back in the day, music was very popular. Meant a lot in the hippie times because it had messages. A lot of the hippie music was, in the hippies' life, was full of messages. And the biggest, I think it was the biggest festival ever held, I think, was at Woodstock in America. That was in the 60s. I remember seeing a film of that when I was a teenager. Went with a group of people to see that at the cinemas. When cinemas were just one theatre for the cinema. Right, what am I doing with this women? That's right, I'm doing a mat for the women to sit on. This lovely playing card. Oh, why don't it stick down? Count to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hopefully that works. So, by the time this comes out, we'll have to see. They're saying that COVID cases are going to increase in April. So when this comes out, it'll be April. So we'll see. They're already starting to increase here in South Australia, and they are in the eastern states as well, because of the is it the B12 variant strain of the Omicron variant, which is particularly contagious. That's the word. Why, she's not sticking down now. Oh, no, there's a woman sticking next to her. Why are you sticking down? Maybe I thought I had the glue. It's sort of like a funny day today. It's sort of like the sun is out, but it's sort of like overcast, and it's not hot, and it's not cold. It's just feels a little bit sticky-ish. But then I haven't got a fan on. I probably should have the fan on. It'll be hot in a minute, because I have to have the light over the here. Like, I just noticed it. That's that better. Sorry. I realised the other day that it's going to turn it down a little bit. It's probably a bit too bright. That's better. I realised the last video I did, all the side was in the shadow, so not good. Not good. Now she's not going to come up now. For me to stick my basket next to. Okay, I like that. That looks looking good, I think. Oop. And the letter A. So we had this. I'm doing this on the Wednesday after. What would it be? 23rd. 23rd, 22nd, 23rd, after our election. So we've had a bit of a landslide win to the Labor Party. And which means the Liberals lost, and they're our Conservative Party here in Australia. And they were in South Australia. We have four-term parliaments, four-term governments. Anyway, 4 years, not 4-term, 4 years. And the Liberal Party were only in power for 4 years. Before that we had another Labor government, so that's, they're calling it complete loss of one-term government, party, control government. And it's the first time also in Australia that the government that handled the coronavirus didn't get back in. I think it's because the alternative, the Labor Party, gave a picture of the future, of what it could be like. And the Liberal Party just said things about things they'd done. So I think people wanted to have something that's going to happen in the future rather than what's been happening in the last couple of years. Want to look forward to what's happening. Alright, next kind of thing. Anyway, that's not sticking down either. What's wrong? Because I was saying before, I think my glue's having trouble because it's drying too quickly because it's possibly just a bit warm. It's not sticking. Alright, do I need to smart outlines? Got a pen here, and I've also got I did have my charcoal pen. So, where's it gone? Well, it's just here. 2 seconds. Oh, there it is. Got a feeling because it's a magazine, this might have to be outlined first. This particular angel came from the Christmas edition of Daphne's Diary, which is Daphne's Diary is an English publication, British publication, and we don't get it till a couple of months at least afterwards. So this was a Christmas edition. This come from, and we didn't get that here until early this month. That's all. Things are still a bit slow because of supply chain issues, and I think that the cost of fuel is going to make an impact. They're blaming the war in Ukraine, but people in Australia are being a bit cynical because they're saying that the petrol companies are making all this money and they put petrol prices up before the war. And now it's gone through the roof, so and the petrol companies are making massive amount of money. So yes, there's definitely a worldwide shortage, but they're being a bit cynical of companies blaming the war when probably they're just making profit. I know they're going to make a profit, but they don't have to make the profits they do and pay their CEOs the whopping money that they earn. It's just awful, the amount of money that, well, I think it's awful. Personally think it's awful. It's not just when they don't want workers to get pay increases, but they're happy to take bonuses and not bonuses, but pay increases, and the average person has to struggle and can't afford rent and food and basic living costs. It's just doesn't seem fair to me. Doesn't seem fair. Alright. Still doing that ones. Can't see that one very well. Probably got glues in the way. What else around here? Oops. Oh, I do that all the time. So Julie and Leigh have got a couple of challenges going. They've got this one, the collage challenge. And it's an open collaboration, like I said. You can join in, and if you don't have a YouTube channel, you can certainly share your work on Instagram. There's a Facebook group for the collage challenge as well, and you just have to do the hashtags. This one's hashtag 2022 collage channel, and this will be APR for April, because the February one was FEB for February, and March one obviously was MAR for March. So you just have to put them in, and Bob's your uncle, as they say. I don't need to do an outline there, did I? Around the bird. Could be here forever doing all the outlines. I have to admit that doing the outlines, like, it does when I watch my videos back to see if they're okay. I have to admit that doing the outlines certainly makes things stand out a bit more, so they help that way. Anyway, as I was saying, sorry. Julie and Leigh have got this one, Collage Challenge, and then Lee's come up with the idea of doing the, they both come up with the idea of doing a doodle challenge. So that's hashtag 2022 doodle challenge, and again, depending on the months. So the doodle challenge for March was 2022, doodle challenge MAR, and obviously for April will be APR. So there's another open collaboration. They're both fun. And you don't have to be an expert like doodling. It's totally out of my comfort zone, but anything to do with paint. But I've been watching a few people and I'm thinking, oh, I could do that, and oh, I could do that. So what is this with the pen's not pencil's not working very well because it's this is not letting me do it. Is it shiny? It must be shiny. It feels sort of like shiny. That's why it won't let me do a shadow, unfortunately. It's annoying. I like shadowing. So oops. Just rubbing it in because that's what I like to do. Just sort of make it a bit more shadowy like. Do I have to do anything else? Let's have a look. I don't think so. Look in a minute. I know what the problem is. That one. That didn't outline it. I had a red one of these and I lost the lid, and I didn't realise that it was affecting the ink. I didn't think it was that. I didn't realise that about these kind of pens, so you need to keep the lid on. It didn't work, so it all dry after a while because I lost the lid. So I had to buy another one, making sure I keep the lid on, not lose it. So I can't do a lot of shadows because this paper is too glossy. I think that'll have to do. Okay, won't let me do another. Anyway, let's have a look. Style. Boho. So I've got some earthy coloured things and all the jewel brightness of the boho, and the women I think are wearing boho dresses. Skirts and tops. This one's my skirt, blouse, and these are when women are wearing dresses. Colour, red or pink, so I've got some red and pink here and here. Paper, some music paper here. Image, bird, the peacock and the angel as well. Got both of them. Mark making the outlines, got lots of outlines, and had a bit of trouble with the shadowing. I should have probably chosen something different. But I did like this peacock for the jeweled colours. So I've done some shadowing, but not a lot. shading. Triangles, the A's and the, what's the word? Angel. Losing it, K. And the swap playing card, which is a playing card here. And I'm not going to have any other cards. Oh, I forgot to say that the time. Did I put time there? Oh, yeah. No. Oh, yes, I did. No, I haven't. Oh, yes, theme, time or date. So I've got time here and here. Never too sure about that. Maybe I should have done a time period for the whole image. I don't know. Anyways, how we interpret it, I suppose, and just, there's no right or wrong. It's how people interpret it themselves. So I'm going to write those prompts down here somewhere afterwards. And hope you please give me the thumbs up, make a comment, press the notification button so you get notification of when my videos come up, and subscribe if you want to see me next time. Please join me next time. Bye bye. See you later.